And moving on to business and economics, when we talk about people who are working in a company, whether it's the top employees or people like us, things that people dream of is a salary rise. But unfortunately, there's a survey that says there's going to be a grim outlook for salary rise. Mercer Thailand, a human resources consulting firm that has a headquarters in the United States, has published an article based on the annual Thailand Total Remuneration Survey 2020, which surveyed 577 companies across multiple industries in Thailand between April and June this year. Respondents are made up of foreign companies, around 75%, and Thai companies, 25%, from small-sized companies to medium-sized companies, and with about 10% of large companies and giant firms. The article said salary increases in Thailand dipped below 5% for the first time in 10 years to 3.7% in 2020, while salaries next year are expected to rise around 5%. So that means salary increment declines for the first time in a decade. So that's a lot. While only 22 companies out of 577 surveyed reported a salary freeze in 2020, the overall median salary increment for this year was adjusted to 3.7% compared to the budgeted 4.8%. This marks the first time in a decade that salary increments have dipped below 5%, with varying impact across industries. Mercer's career products leader for Thailand, Piratat Sisatjan Lertwaja, said salary increases in industries such as high-tech, automotive, manufacturing, and transportation equipment were above the overall average due in part to the nature of their industry. The high-tech industry saw increased demand as a result of remote working, while the automotive industry's strong labor union kept salary increments stable. The consumer goods industry, which is among the hardest hit due to a slump in household spending, saw the smallest increment at 2.5%. For this year's salary increase forecast across key industries in Thailand remains stable at 5%, consistent with the low rate of inflation projected at 1.1%. The automotive sector is forecast to have the highest salary increase with 5.5%, and that's really a lot here. Piratat said salaries in Thailand are projected to increase in 2021, but it depends on companies and the spread of COVID-19 and its effect on the economy. As a result, actual salary increases may be unlikely in the year ahead.
So that's the most important sentence, the last sentence.
The last sentence might be unlikely for the year ahead. So unfortunately, no salary increases and no bonuses for some companies, unfortunately.
Well, I mean, everybody take a hit around the world, so we just have to hope for the better.